now on endless line. I've been trying to reach out to you, just don't know how. But it's weighing me down and down. Call me now.
Good evening. It's Sunday. It is the IBB10 show. How is everyone? There's only 3 of us at the moment. We've got one of our men on his way back from Wembley. He's been there, like me, at the non-league finals day. We'll talk about that a bit later. Watson Price, how the devil are you?
Yeah, pretty good. I mean, it's probably the first weekend in a long time I've actually had no football to go to or do anything with. I've been sat at home watching the non-league finals day on TV, and then disappointingly watching the West Ham game. As I was happily cheering on West Ham, hoping Tottenham get relegated, but unfortunately didn't get the result today. But you know, it's always next time.
And Mr. Billy Woods, Sussex Phenom, how are you?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. It's been a great weekend. I actually have had a full football weekend. So obviously my daughter is playing a lot now, and one of the reasons why I'm not continuing doing the women's team next year. So I was with her on Saturday. She had a game Saturday. Good game. You know, she did right. 1-5-0. Pretty like it was just one of those things. And then we had a tournament today, Crowborough tournament, which was a great tournament. I think well ran. Pitches outside better than the pitch inside.
I know what you mean.
But they were all right. The pitches out there, they're nice, and it was well ran. It was a well ran tournament. Nice to see a few people, a few faces there. Nice to help my daughter's team out and help the coach work alongside their coach today. So I got my little fix. But yeah, it was fun, and she got her team's player of the tournament today as well, which was great for her. Great for her confidence. She plays normally in the back 3, or she was playing in the back 2 today. Obviously, tournament rules, and she come up against some. I shouldn't really say this about 11-year-old girls, but some quite big, strong, physical lumps. Yeah. And she's not that tall like her dad, but she put herself about, got stuck in like she does every week. She was brilliant today. So yeah, it's been a really good weekend. But apart from that, what else has been going on? I've been wanting to go to the cinema to watch this Michael film.
I've heard it's brilliant.
My daughters keep blowing me out. Every time I go and range, they're doing something with their friends. Yeah. Every single time.
You know, let's bring it back to Bros. And you and me go together, mate.
Let's go. We'll do it. I really want to see it. Like, genuinely want to see it.
Or something like that, you and me.
Yeah, we'll do it, mate. It'll be perfect. But apart from that, it's been a good weekend. I watched a lot of the Hastings United Academy girls teams up at the Pilot Field yesterday. A few of the unfightings played their first 11-a-side game against Enfield. Enfield travelled down to play, which was great to see. But yeah, it was great. Just a good day, really. Good day of people. Good day getting pelters saying, "Oh, you're leaving the club." No, I've just left the women's team. I'm still going to be around.
We'll clear that up now, then. Yeah, we're clearing that up right here, right now.
What's that? What are we clearing up?
Just leaving the women's team.
Yeah, look. There's been no secret that if the right opportunity arose, then I would consider things 100%. And there has been stuff, for example, that has kind of popped up that I've looked at, and I've not been secretive about it on this pod or secretive about it to Hastings United, but I just don't want to do the women's team because I actually want to have my son. I know it sounds really selfish, but with young kids, football sometimes, and like we just had it when we'll talk about Sten in a bit, but it comes to a point where something's got to give, and not doing Sundays last year really helped my balance, even though Uckers was full on at Outfield. It was full on, but in a good way. And Lancing was hell. but I got my Sundays, right? I got to read my non-league paper and then do stuff with the kids. And I think getting that balance back and allowing that day is massive when you've got a young family. And I think people don't understand that, or if you're not in that situation, you don't respect that, if that makes sense. So
I totally get what you're saying, Bill. You know,
I want to be around on Saturdays. I can't be around on Sundays too. It's as simple as that. And with work, I have to have Sundays for my family, and that's that. So it doesn't matter whether it's an under 18s county, which I'll be honest with you, I'll never do, Monty. You're braver than me. A county 18s team, or a sometimes, and it was. I see you, Charlesy. It was just something had to give, and I spoke to Ben, and he was just like, do what you want. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. So I've put Todd Sievers, who was my first team coach, in charge as manager. He's got experience managing women's teams, not just women. And Steph is going to stay on alongside him as assistant manager as well, which is great. And I hope they absolutely flourish next season. But for me, to have a roast at 2 p.m. on an afternoon sounds great for a Sunday, and also just gives my balance back. So yeah, sorry, I'm rambling on that subject.
No, look, Bill, I totally agree with you, because I was going to bring that up myself, actually, right? So today I've been at Wembley.
Yeah,
I went and watched AFC Stoneham play Cockfosters. Look, I'm not as sick for football as you guys. Do you know what I mean?
And and that doesn't help me as well. I am a sicko. If I've got a free evening and I haven't got the kids, and I'm not entertaining, I have literally I'm out of football, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah. So unlike Lee Penn, who is travelling back from Wembley now, he stayed and watched the second game, which was Southend versus Wealdstone. Okay, but you said about time. Now, my wife's been onto me recently. Got to spend quality time with the son. My daughter is, she's past 18 now, so she doesn't need daddy just as much. But my son's at a critical age. He's 14. Okay. And so I took him to Wembley Day, and obviously we're going to Cape Verde in 3 days' time. Marlin fishing, jet skis, kite surfing, all that lot. Dad and son. But you realise the importance when you do something like this, or when you're involved in it as a manager, or a player, even committee member, chairman, work in the media like we're doing. It takes a lot out of you from your family side. You've got to have, whether it's your wives, your girlfriends, your boyfriends, whatever, whether you're on your own.
Like me, single Pringle. Yeah,
single Pringle. You need them to be backing you.
Yeah.
When I do this as well, it can take a lot of time when the wife comes home at, I don't know, 8:20 on a Wednesday or a Sunday or whatever. She's had a hard day. All she wants is a little cuddle and a kiss from Big Mac Crackerlane. Okay, but she can't always get that. She can't always get that. But I think this brings us straight away into our first topic today. Okay?
Yeah, go on.
Some crazy news this week. Yeah? Double winning.
Me included. Wait, hold on. Me included, Charlesy.
Yeah. Yeah, to be fair, I think my missus has been trying to get rid of me for years. I mean, I've been with my missus since I was 18 and she was 16. So we've never known anything different, And we live 2 doors away from her.
Variety is the spice of life, my man.
Well, it was the girl next door thing for me. But
well, good man. Love that for you.
To the first shocking bit of news we had this week.
Yeah.
Double winning manager Michael Ham leaves Stenning due to officially family commitments and putting family first. Let's talk about it.
Right, okay. Firstly, fucking congratulations to him.
Yes.
Because it's easy to go, oh wow, he's left, and oh no, what does this mean? No, congratulations to him. And do you know what? I'm gonna give him credit actually for I've been thinking about this in my head, how I'm gonna balance things. And when that news came out, it helped me. So I just want to say to Michael Ham, like, thank you. He won't know. It's not really his position to know or care, but it helped me. So I appreciate that. At times, with young families, you need to make sure that the balance is right for the missus. Sometimes you have a really supporting partner or supporting family that you can get away with doing things or your hobbies, and that's absolutely fine. But there's no reason he can't go away for a couple of years and come back. There's no reason. And the fact that he's chosen this shouldn't be a knock on him. He goes away as a double winning manager.
Mm-hmm.
Many maybe thought he was wrong for the job last year. There was a few people going, it's a bit,
Really?
Yeah, there was a few, like, I'm not gonna knock it, but there was a few people going, oh, it's just an inside jobby to keep certain people happy, right? But actually, done fucking brilliant. It's done brilliant.
He has done brilliant.
And fair play to him. It's probably a shock for the Stenning players. It probably means that the recruitment and who they bring in is so important now. This is the second time they've gone up from the county league and lost the manager. So the winning manager has not taken them through. Kev Green being the last.
Correct.
So it's gonna be tough. I've always said it's a tough jump to the Isthmian League football, and it's even tougher if it's not as settled as it needs to be. So whilst I applaud him in making this decision, which will be tough, but fair play to him. Stenning now have got a real job on their hands to find the right man. One, to try and keep that squad together, or two, find someone who can rebuild a squad.
Yeah, I actually agree, and I think Monty's going to get some. He's in the process of getting some stats up from Stenning, because look, let's not take away. Well, not only Hammy did, but Jamie as well. Jamie Hollis as well. There.
Oh yeah, look, 100%. And then there'll be people going. Maybe Jamie Hollis gets a crack at it.
Well, I think we have. I think once we've done the niceties for Hammy, and gone through that, I think we need to talk about the speculation of who's going. Who could be?
I've heard loads of names, by the way.
So have I.
Yeah,
but we'll get to that. But I think the first name we've got to speak about is the man who's by his side all season. You know, I think so. But double winners: Peter Bentley Cup, league winners, £200 charity bet winners to wherever the Billy Wood Foundation wants it sent. Okay, happy to pay that. Happy to pay that.
In the name of Stenning, by the way.
In the name of
Stenning, get all the credit for that because they are the championes. All right.
What
you just have to pay the bill, Sam.
What? I don't mind, mate.
I know you will. I'm not. There's no doubt that you will.
Send me an invoice. I will either approve or reject it.
Yeah, to the bank of Billy Wood for 200 quid. Can I have one of those big checks? All that money he's lost in football, he's got 200 quid back. Charity pot for Billy Wood. But no, look, on a serious one, again, I'm sure a lot of players will give him a lot of credit, and I hope they jump on and have their opinion on Hammy and things going forward. We've also seen some departures.
That's what I want to talk about as well.
Yeah, Leon Jarvis, the Stan Bridgmans of the world, and we can talk about I don't think we should speculate where they're going, but they're announcing they're leaving. So they announced they're leaving before a new man's walked through the door.
We'll get to that in a sec. Monty, give some stats on Stenning's fantastic season, please.
Well, I mean, it's been a brilliant season. You look at it, you go 30 wins from 38 games.
That's phenomenal.
5 draws and only 3 defeats. And those 3 defeats were 1 to Haywards Heath and 2 to Guernsey, when really it should have been 1 to Guernsey.
Yes.
So really that's 2 defeats in the league all season. They scored 119 goals in the league and only conceded 40. I mean, 79 goal difference is insane. And then even on top of that, they won the double. And if you throw your minds back to September, let's not forget they got a replay in the second qualifying round of the FA Cup against National League South Tunbridge Angels.
Yes, that is nothing to be sniffed at.
They drew 2-2 at home, took them to a replay. So, again, another highlight of the season, which a lot of people have forgotten about because of how good they've been this season. 18 matches unbeaten in the league, win the cup. People forgot that they actually drew with a team from 3 or 4 leagues above them in the FA Cup and took them to replay. So, absolutely unbelievable season. I mean, there's not enough words that I can use to describe how good Stenning's season's been, and full credit to Hammy and the rest of the lads.
And they caught up with a side that was flying, like flying. And I just, but look, we've talked about how good Stenning were last season. That's done now. They're an Isthmian League side. The leagues have come out. What's it called? The Constitution. I don't know what the word is for it, but like the
Constitution.
What's the Constitution? The pyramid has been released for us and gave lots. And we'll talk about outside of that people decide that they want to attack me on social media again, which is great.
And to be fair, Bill, you've had your fair share of attack on social media.
Oh, in the past. Look, by the way, and we'll talk about reprieves in a bit, but my point, I've had a couple of people jump in trying to defend Lancing on it. It wasn't even about Lancing. I've always talked about reprieves being shit for years. And we'll get to that. And we'll talk about that and talk about the counter argument to that. So some of the counter arguments are wicked. But the fuckers who just come in and go, you're the shittest Lancing manager in history or whatever, I can have an argument. All right. It's easy just to go, you're shit. There's a couple of them are fucking boring, and they're boring human beings, right? And with all due respect, come with the reason why a reprieve is good. And we've lost Mike like that. So I know he's in and out of this, like you wouldn't believe.
Jesus.
But let's talk about Stenning like going forward, right? Let's talk about he's back. What's the matter with you tonight, son?
You said that thunder go out then.
Oh, they're not. Oh, he's get knocked out.
Yeah, sorry, mate.
Right. So like Stenning won the league, brilliant, fucking brilliant. They're now an Isthmian League side. Who goes in?
Well, this is it. I mean, a lot of people have taken up the extra rumor section we gave people on the app this week. Okay.
Right. Okay.
And I've heard some wild ones. Okay. Let's have a look at some of the names I think that I've heard. Let's first and foremost, let's start with Jamie Hollis. He's been there all season. Why shouldn't he get the chance to lead Stenning into the Isthmian League, knowing he knows the club, he knows the squad, he knows the people around the club?
Okay. Right, there's 2 arguments to that.
Yes.
And I think the first one I'm going to put forward is not one I agree with, but I'm going to put it forward. Just to be, what's the word? Actually, I'll put free forward, okay? And people can jump in and I like comments on this because I'm just going to play devil's advocate on the whole thing.
And I've just had another shocking name come through.
Right, we'll talk about that in a sec, okay? First thing is he might not want to be a number 1. Yeah? Hold on. And that's going to be one of mine. He might not want to be number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Jamie Hollis might be happier and more comfortable being number 2. And by the way, that's not a problem for people. I think a good number 2 is the most underrated role around, right? If you have a great number 2, it allows a number 1 to be good at what they do. Okay, so Jamie Hollis might not want to be number 1. That's one of the arguments.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, if he has the credence with the current players and can galvanize that group and has enough contacts to be able to put together a competitive side at Isthmian League football, and he wants to do it. Granted that he is loved by the players in and they want him, and he can command that dressing room the right way, 100% give him the job. Okay? 100%. The third factor is Stenin's hierarchy may look at the Lancing situation. Now, by the way, there was a lot of other things happening, a lot of other factors that made it hard for managers. So you can't sit. The relegation for Lancing from step 4 sits with all of us, and I say that with only 11 games, it still sits with me because we weren't relegated when I walked out in the door. Might have been at the trap door, but not relegated. So Jamie Hollis, Sammy Morgan, who probably tries to pretend he would have got him up, he would have kept him up, but the stats of the last 12 games tell a completely other story. And they were going into a ridiculous spell of playing some of the best teams in that league at the back end of the season. And myself. So you look at that and you go, is step 4 maybe a step too large based on the previous for Jamie Hollis? Now, again, I've said right at the beginning of that, there's one of those things I don't agree with. And that is one I don't agree with. We'd have learned a hell of a lot from that Lancing situation. The goods, the bads, and the ugly, the do's and the don'ts. And he will be better for that. A million times better for that. I love the fact he's rehabilitated his reputation and had the opportunity to rehabilitate his reputation. And maybe Stenin will give him that shot. I am unsure if it's for him, like for him personally.
Okay. So there's been a few names banded around.
And you can say the names. It's no issue. I think we have to be open.
Yep. Okay. First and foremost, Jay Lovett.
Jay, love it. Yeah.
Jarrett. Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously left Burgess Hill, what, a month ago, 6 weeks ago, went their separate ways with Gaz. Experience of that level, available in there. I've heard Hastings Dave Altendorf has applied.
Really?
That hasn't come from. That's actually come from 3 different sources.
You're kidding. Shut up.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
I can only come with receipts of what people said.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
I've heard some wild ones. I've heard, I have heard some wild ones as well.
Go on, what are the wild ones? Go
No.
What, me?
Mate, if I took over Stenin, we'd lose every single game. I have not got the tactical knowledge. I'm the guy that can wind players up, yeah, and get them running through walls, right? If you start talking to me about putting the box in there and putting
the box. You actually put the cardboard box in. We're playing 4-box-2 today, lads. I'm only playing 6 players for box in the middle.
Decent player. I've heard, and this was the wildest one because our friend down at Roffey had coming from you, Ryan. Your team one of the worst I saw in Div 2 when I turned up.
No, he says you know your shit. You're very good. That's what he's trying to. Now you just battered it.
I love Ryan. I love my guy. Listen, someone put in the rumours Jack Mundy applied, and I had to dispel that immediately because
what?
Yeah, I had to dispel that because Jack needed more time, didn't he? Do you know, and he's concentrating on that. So that not
Liam
for me.
Giles?
Huh?
Liam Giles, has he applied?
I think that would be a logical step up for Liam.
Obvious application, surely.
I do. I know it's a compliment, Ryan. You know I love you,
Ryan, and he just battered you, by the way. Never speak to him again. Give him troll him.
But Jay Lovett keeps coming up. It keeps coming up.
Yeah, Jay Lovett for me is obvious. I think he fits the area, the facilities, and the players, and he knows the level.
Yes, which is key.
Yeah, and he's very good at identifying players. That's the thing with Jay.
Now the thing with it is, we've just had 2 very high profile. Thank you, Jack. I had to clear that up. It's the rumor mill, crazy. Evening, Pete.
Evening, Pete.
These guys I've heard. Now,
I've heard that rumor.
I've
heard that rumor. Yeah,
brothers. But I've also know that those lads are.
But they've just okay, but
they just committed, didn't they?
Yeah, but I've just saw the same happen in Kent, Whitstable Town. Joe Coyle and Dane's favourite geezer in the world, he's assistant manager. They've I don't know why his mind's gone out my head. He's managed every club in Sussex, but they've just left. They've signed 2-year deals at Whitstable Town, and they signed them, announced them as new signings, 2-year contract. Next week they've just taken over as Margate managers. Wow. So it does happen. It does happen. Look, it's like announcing players early, and you always get a little bit of shit because players can't sign if they're under contract. They can't actually sign a bit of paper that says they're signed, so they can move with a bit of ease. And you're going to see that because you're going to see players starting pre-season, not really enjoy it at a club and move on, and they're going to go, "Oh, I thought you signed for Ashford, not Hastings," and then, "Oh, I thought you signed for Ashford, Hastings, not Eastbourne United." Do you know what I mean? You're going to get all that. Matt Longhurst. Matt Longhurst. He managed, I'm sure he managed East Grinstead. I think he was the East Grinstead manager when we beat them 12-3 at Hastings, and David Radari scored 8 goals. So, yeah.
I mean, those boys, they're fantastic. I sent James a message last week. He won the old half marathon, didn't he, or the whatever it was.
He won the half marathon.
Yeah, no, he did some kind of like local endurance run or something, and he won it. He won it. He 100% won it. Yeah.
I just went for a walk along the beach, mate, and a walk was enough.
I mean,
but it's got to stop moving.
It wouldn't be completely out of the realms of non-league football for those 2 guys, knowing what they did previously, what they nearly did this year with Sussex, to get a little sniff of step 4. Do you know what I mean? I think, okay. I mean, how long the lad's been there?
3 years.
Okay. That's fair enough, Simon. And they achieved a lot in that time. But go on, who would you put your money on then?
Well, getting that job. Jay Lovett.
Yeah.
Or Dave Altendorf. You just told me eat free sources, then.
Well, no.
More than 5. What does he mean?
I don't know. You're sure?
I think that's in reference to how long the Westlake brothers have been.
Just for 5 years, Steph. Are you all right, mate? Are you all right? Like,
now, the one thing, Steph.
So good I don't have to deal with him on Sundays anymore, Mike. I'm so happy.
The one thing that Stenning have to deal with at the moment is they have, give me some lights in this. They have had 2 high-profile players announce they are leaving. First and foremost, Dion Jarvis, a player who I rate. I like. He's got a bit of dog in him. Do you know what I mean? And when I say that, he's a player you'd love to play with because you get under their skin and his quality. And he's a player you'd hate to play against. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's led them. He's been their captain. Next one, the fridge, Stan Ridgman. I mean, golden boot winner. He leaves. Now, it's highly speculated where both of those players are going. And as it's pre-season, and they could be working in their own deals. I'm not
anything can happen. Yeah.
Anything can happen. So, but
even
for anyone that watches this show would have heard the rumours of where both are going. But
Mike, if you're losing, something could be agreed now, might not be the same in. I've got to a point a little bit, yeah. And I'm sorry I'm jumping in here, but I've got to a little bit of a point where I used to think about getting your shit done early was the way forward, right?
Yes.
Always get your shit done early. But trends have always seemed to be that you get your shit done early, and in late July before the season starts, there's so much fucking movement. Have you not, like Monty? You as a player, you probably noticed that being in teams, right?
Yeah.
I know Roffey was very settled, but like if you watch around, and there's always a lot of movement in that period of time, because you get players who go to free agent showcase and stay looking for step 2, 3, and can barely kick a ball at step 5, and you kind of had people that want to going up trying to sit on the bench at a higher level, realize that they're not going to either get on the bench or they actually want to play and drop in, or you get players that romp it up on pre-season for a step 6 side or step 5 side, and then nick a move to a tier higher. Yeah. So I I'm not saying you can't get your shit done early. There's a lot you have to still get done, because you've got to know where you're kind of going, and it also helps attract other players. But I'm got like a big thing for me to managers. Again, don't take my advice. I'm the shittest ever Lancing manager of all time. But don't panic if you don't get your work done early. Like, it can get done later. It can, like, especially because not at certain levels, not everyone's on contract. If you're managing a Worthing or a Sutton or, a bigger club, I get it. But if you're managing a club that has loads of non-contracted players, you've got time till the forms come out. Chill. Do your business.
I agree.
Business.
Here's one that keeps popping up on the app as well. Jamie Howe.
Jamie Howe.
So left Bognor, didn't he? Bognor had a turn of events with I think it was it Holland that took over, one of the players, one of the forward players.
Yeah.
Carried on. Interesting, but look, whoever comes in has to come in knowing.
Jamie Howe's not a bad shout, Not
he's
like
available. He knows he's available.
Yeah, but let's be real. Has Bognor done anything last couple of years?
No.
In what I consider, with all due respect to the South Central Division, the worst out of 3.
You reckon?
Yeah, the Southeast Division is the rock hard league of that. I'm telling you, of that step. It is. I'm glad Jersey are out of it. Fucking hell. Just hope Peacehaven win. But it is. It's the hardest league. I wouldn't be surprised if Jersey go and win it next year.
Interesting. But yeah, look, his name keeps bounding about on the app as well. And that, you know what they say, no smoke without fire.
Oh, fucking hell. You just told me 3 people just said they said United manager's got the job.
No, you know what I mean? Let's be honest. That job is an attractive job. Yeah? Lovely ground.
I'm not going to give myself another Mile Oak moment, all right, because I don't want to do that. Even though, by the way, and on that,
well, we cleared that video, by the way.
Yeah, we had it in advance.
We helped make that video.
It's great.
We were in contact with the lads all the time. So anyone that's giving it some banter saying, "Oh, they've done you," and they ripped Bill. Guess what?
We fucking knew about it.
We had that logo and that clip shown over 100,000 times.
But also, it's okay for us to be like wrong and have an opinion.
Yeah.
And ultimately, fair play to Mile Oak for playing with the banter. And we
love
it. When we got sent the video, we were like, "This is fucking brilliant."
Yeah.
So, So I'm not going to have another Mile Oak moment on Stenning, but it's attractive to certain managers, Mike.
Yeah,
There's
I
still
get
a limitation with that club.
Huh?
There's still a limitation with that club.
Possibly.
Oh, look, there is.
Look, if you want to crack a step 4, say you've been in around step 5s.
All right, okay. Do Stenning go and get in the playoffs to step 4 then, as a football club? Have they got
next season?
Step 4 side
Next season?
Yeah, can they?
Probably not.
So
if they did, it would probably be the story of the season.
They're attractive to a manager that wants to build a reputation in Isthmian League football, that wants to stay for step 4.
Mm-hmm.
like they're not going to be. They're not one you're going to pick up and it's going to be a Ramsgate or a Faversham or even a Burgess Hill, right? They're a good side, right, and a good club and doing the right things. But I still think there might be a ceiling there, just based on where they are location-wise, and just where what they are. And that's not an issue, and that's not a bad thing. But I don't see Stenning being a club that's going to do what Whiteleaf have done. Do you know what I mean? And be and go up, or I don't see them being a club that one day will be pushing for National League South. That's my view. I might be wrong, but I think there's a bit of a ceiling, and that's the thing. Yeah, they just need to stay up, but and that's it. And there's no reason why they can't be a steady Eddie step four team. Yeah, like what's Huge Gates? Because pull that up. What's Huge Gates? It's different if you're going about to win the league and you're going to get a bit of a turnout compared to what you get first day of the season, or you get when you're, I don't know, let's have a look, in the bottom. Do you know what I mean? I'm just trying to. I'm being a bit devil's advocate, maybe a little bit harsh, but I think for me it's a club that should and can steady themselves as a like, you know, for example, as a step four club long term. It's not a club that will end up being a step three, step two club, in my opinion. You know, you only have to look at they on average they were getting last season 150 people in that league watching.
Okay. Well, whoever comes in needs to replace nearly 70 goals already lost with Dion Jarvis, skipper, and the fridge, Stanley Bridgman as well. You know, two players, and that's all that we've heard at the moment. Now, there's a big thing about players playing for managers and coaches, yeah, as opposed to clubs. Have you found that?
Yeah, I think that's true. I think there's certain clubs that you can build an affinity with and stick it out. You know, I look at it's a lot. It's not a now senior side, but you look at Uckfield. Archie Carey is stuck with them through step 5, step 6, and suffered 2 relegations, and he's stayed playing centre half for them for all those years. Like, and he's had a bunch of different managers come and go. You know, so I think there are club stalwarts. There are people that will stay at a club regardless of the manager. But I do think managers do have their. Oh God, he's here!
Fucking hell.
All right, boys.
But yeah, I do think players do have their pull. I think even in my time, there's a bunch of players that you can call on, you know. So I think they do. So I think that's probably what Stenning's big issue is a lot of them could be thinking it's a sinking ship and jumping now. When if they wait, they might have a really decent manager walking the door. And it's not like Hammy's going anywhere else, you know.
No. You're right there, but it's not going to stop the other managers going. Hang on a minute. Then now those players now don't know who the next gaffer is, or they might do. They might have an inkling, but it might allow other managers to go. All right, lads, you had a fantastic season. This is what we can offer. But whatever they do, take nothing away from the facts before we move on. The Hammy has had a fantastic season. He goes out a double winner, champion. Yeah. Okay? And he goes out on his terms. Right?
100%.
He goes, the club were gutted for it. And he also goes out under the wonderful banner of family first, which I love. So congratulations, Hammy. Wherever you decide to go, whatever you decide to do in the future, let us know if we don't know already. And just before we move on, Lee, you finally made it back from Wembley.
I have, yes, finally made it back. Oh, Joe, it's lovely going to Wembley, and I love going to London, but the whole trip coming back, it's just a pain in the arse. It really is. But yeah, really good day today. And as I was watching the pod on the train on the way back, yes, I am a sicko for football. I can't help it. It's just the way I am. But yeah, really good games. Both ended in penalty shootouts.
Oh, they
But
did.
yeah,
The second one did it?
yeah. Second one did as well. Southend won it on pens.
What was the score in the Southend game?
0-0, and then
So
they won
fancy
it.
first game.
Wembley watched 2-0.
Yeah,
You poor fucker.
I know. And then Southend won it 4-2 on pens. So yeah, I know.
Getting through full 90 minutes extra time 0-0.
No extra time. Straight to pens.
It's 180 minutes of football, not one goal, not
And
one
not-
ball from any of the crowd.
And not 1 pint of Cruzy Campo being served at Wembley.
What?
No.
Furious,
Fucking
mate.
disgrace. Disgrace.
Now,
No.
lads, before we move on and talk Three Bridges, champions of Sussex, I'd like to thank our sponsor. Okay, you know how it is. Look, we all said back in January, didn't we? This is the year. New boots, new diet, back in the gym by Tuesday, and here we are, May. The only thing we've lifted is the remote control and a Cruzy Campo. Freedom Leisure Bexhill have got the lot. Proper pool, full gym kit, classes if you fancy, being shouted at by someone in Lycra, courts for badminton, squash, the works. Family swim at the weekend. The lane swim if you need a bit of peace and quiet. So whether you're trying to drop a stone before pre-season or you just want somewhere warm and dry that isn't a Wetherspoons, get yourself down to Freedom Leisure Bexhill. Tell them IBB10 sent you, and they'll nod politely and have absolutely no idea what you're on about. So, lads at Freedom Leisure, you've been fantastic. Thank you ever so much. Use the code that we have there. Let me just remove that. IBB10, and you might get a little discount there. So, thanks, guys.
And I've just
Thanks,
heard
Ian.
they just had a massive refurb as well. And it'll all be new by Wednesday.
Ooh.
Fantastic.
Breaking
Right.
news.
Right. We're going to talk about a game that I watched Wednesday on the MacBook, and one that the Sean Dyche lookalike down here was actually at pitchside, and the other two guys were in the crowd.
What this? Hold on. What this place?
Yeah.
That
And
place.
We're gonna talk about that sellout as well. Let's talk about Three Bridges, please. Absolutely fantastic champions of Sussex. I mean, let's just start it off.
Congratulations to them. Huge
Yeah,
congratulations.
congratulations.
Done the double.
Yeah, well done.
Hallard, Reece Hallard's, it was Reece Hallard, wasn't it? Got the
Yeah,
goal.
what a
Yeah.
player.
Yeah, he is.
Well, that Reece Hallard.
Yeah,
Player,
beast.
very good player.
Yeah.
Mate, biggest calves I've ever seen in my life.
yeah.
Calves are huge. But yeah, no, fair play to them. I think they did think they played it their way. They won it their way. I was a bit surprised with Brighton's 21s actually. I thought it didn't blow me away. I don't know what you guys thought.
To be fair, I've watched them twice against Eastbourne and then obviously the other night, and they were poor both times. It was really boring football to watch.
Yeah, that's just academy. Is that academy football though? Is it going that direction?
Could be.
But the rise of Three Bridges is fantastic to see.
Oh yeah.
But I nearly tweeted it, but I thought I'd get shit for it. I nearly tweeted that picture about like no one being there. And I think the reason why I didn't, and I want to bring it up on here, actually bring up the fact it was the poorest, weren't it, Monty? The poorest.
Lowest attended Sussex Senior Cup final since 2018.
Right. So in 8 years.
And that was not due to the Three Bridges fans, because there was loads of them.
But also,
so loud.
But also, I looked at the official attendance, and I reckon I could have counted on my hands how many people were there. Not my hands, sorry, in the picture. But I could have gone 1, 2, 3, like genuinely. So I look at it and go, the Three Bridges team, for me, are not just a good ball playing side. They're physical, they're organised, they're hardworking, they're aggressive, they're at it. Yeah, absolutely at it. I think they were £14 a ticket. I don't think it was that expensive, and they were at it all season. They've been at it. They've been able to mix it up on 3G, horrible pitches, the lot. They've really, really, really been able to do it, and they're the rightful champions of Step 4 of the Isthmian South East.
Yeah.
They're the rightful Sussex Cup winners, and it's brilliant to see. And I feel actually bad how poorly attended it was, because actually it was nice to see Brighton being put to the sword by a Sussex side in that final, because there's been other times when that's not happened. Worthing being an example of that.
Yep.
I just look at it like this. Why was it so poorly attended? Why was it advertised well? Was it on a good day? Was it just the fact that Brighton fans couldn't give a flying fuck? And to be fair, Three Bridges just aren't that much of a big football club. Is that the reason why? Because it just didn't feel. It felt like, and you don't want to take you do not want to take the event away from there.
Yeah.
That's the selling point, isn't it? It's like getting to Wembley.
Yep.
That's the truth.
I've just had Keith Three Bridges Grounds message me. 700. I love Keith.
He's great.
Top guy. Shout out Keith. 780 tickets were sold via Three Bridges.
It fucking looked like it didn't look like that on the live stream. It didn't. Like, it might have been, and probably 1,000 in a what's the capacity of that place?
The
31,876.
Yeah, it's one of the lowest.
So it probably did look like 1% of this of 3% of the capacity of the venue, if you look at it like that. So maybe like that's probably accurate, but still, it's a shame.
I'm just going to make a point on this, and I've been looking at all the stats. The 3 lowest attended Sussex Senior Cup finals since it's been played at the Amex, Brighton have played in all of them.
There you go then. So
no one cares.
What was it last year then for Littlehampton, Horsham?
3,055, and for Horsham Hastings 4,869.
Yeah, Hastings bring the noise. What can you say? But it's for me. So let's just say it was Three Bridges Hastings. It probably would have been 2,500 people there, wouldn't there? Probably, right?
I'd say that.
And I don't know. It's just maybe Brighton under 21 shouldn't be in it.
I've said that a few times that they shouldn't be in it because, for one, they don't play any of those teams week in, week out for a start. They're not in any of the leagues.
But
those teams playing.
It's Brighton.
I know,
it's Brighton going in it, and it's Brighton and Hove Albion, but they play the 23s in it, or the 21s, whatever.
Yeah, they play their academy side, and all right, yeah, you could say it gives the academy players experience against like your Horshams or your Worthings, that sort of thing. But I just don't think they should be in it. Really don't. I really do not think, because that's just proved it there that when Brighton play in those finals, the attendance drop.
But
it's not a money maker, trust me.
It can't be that much for a money maker. I think for the players, though,
maybe
it's something that they must look forward to, playing at the Amex. You know, you've been playing at.
Hold on, but let's go. Crawley pulled out. Like someone just said, why Crawley got beat by Hastings on penalties. They got knocked out of competition. They've never come back. So just letting you guys know that. So going back to Brighton, I think when you had Brighton versus AFC Vardinians at the Withdean, there was a real nostalgia vibe to that.
Yes,
and that done really well, and that sold a lot of tickets from memory. But ultimately, people do end up getting bored of the Brighton 21s thing. Like I said, yeah. So the Vardinians one done really well. Stenning, I remember that was a few years ago. It was the year they won the league, wasn't it? That they threw Brighton in the cup. I just think, I don't know. I don't know. It was sad. it was not great to see. The bit I really enjoyed was the celebrations at the end.
Yeah.
For Krells and the guys, it's great.
But let's talk about Jamie now, because he's a coach that I have a huge amount of respect for. He's a local lad to where we are. You know, he runs a fantastic academy, Ace Academy. He's won the league. He's won the Sussex Senior Cup. They scored. They got over. Did they get over 100 points as well? No, 100 goals.
Well over 100 goals.
Yeah. Tell me that guy is not manager of the season.
Oh, easy.
He will win manager of the season at the Isthmian League.
Yeah.
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 Where does he and his coaching staff, who I'll be honest, I don't know too much about, so apologies to those guys, but that I know they're a huge cog in the machine that is Three Bridges.
Yeah.
How do they kick on next year? What is the expectation, do you believe? And can they move now with apparently a chairman there that is wonderful, backs the players? You know, he had Jamie as a player, come through, really, really good chairman. Where can they go? At what ceiling do they have?
I would say first season up, just have that season to stay in that league and then build the following season and maybe look to push for, you know, either top 10 or push for playoffs the following season. I mean, we all know Jamie's, you know, a good enough manager to do it. So why not have a season of make sure you stay in that league, building, and then following season, you then set that bar to say, look, at least let's try and hit playoffs.
Because that squad that he had out the other night,
they do not lose.
Non-leagues just mentioned recently.
No, they don't lose him. They don't lose him.
Who I think is an incredible player, by the way. Absolutely incredible player. They work so hard off the ball. Okay? A couple of times I've seen them this year. One was against Horsham, where they fully deserved to win it. Again, the Sussex Senior Cup. And then obviously Brighton on Wednesday.
And they had a hard run for that, by the way. Horsham, Worthing, Brighton. It's not money. Yeah.
It's not an easy one.
So I think we have to give him.
I think that team's top 10 next year.
You think that team's top 10?
With a couple of additions, I think a couple will have to move on. The young captain Harvey Willard will like. I know he's shown him a lot of faith by making him captain, but he has been on the bench a lot this year. I think he'll end up having to move on. There'll be three or four that have to like move on, and they'll bring 3 or 4 in, and they'll be fine.
Yeah, I do. I think there's good things similar to what's happening down at Burgess Hill. I think good things are happening at that club.
It reminds me a little bit of Gary Elphick and John Meany's Hastings side, in the sense that they can play, they can mix it up, and they can have a go. And I think what they did really well was when we went up, we didn't go and try and recreate the wheel. It was the lads that took us up with a few additions. It wasn't massive. We brought in another centre half. We brought in one extra. We brought a new centre half in. We brought in Joe Gabodi on loan from Gillingham, who went on to now go play Football League, and a few others. It weren't many. There was a couple ins and outs throughout the year, but it was still. Jake Elliott came back, who was at the club before, right back. Obviously, he's gone on to Horsham since. But we had the likes of the Louis Rogers, Craig Stone, Jack Dixon, Ryan Worrell, Sammy Adams still, Ben Pope, like Tom Chalmers. It was very spiny of what it was, the team that kind of got us up, and we just missed out on the playoffs. So you don't need to rip it up when you go up the league, especially if you've already built a team that is better than the league you're in. For example, I think Three Bridges are, and I think they've proven it every time they've played higher opposition teams. So they don't need to rip it up. They probably just need 3 or 4 maybe through the door.
Yeah, well, whatever happens, I think they've had an incredible season. You know, they've had a Netflix season for a bit, alas, Same as what AFC Stoneham have had, to be fair.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what they do. You wouldn't be surprised, though, would you, if teams from other levels, higher levels, come around and looked at that and thought, Krells, how far can he go?
Yes, that's a fair point.
You win the Sussex Cup, you win the Sussex Senior Cup, you go and win your league, you get promoted. Of course, it's going to draw interest from others.
Yeah, I think he'll stick it out though, mate. Do you know why I think he'll stick it
So do
out?
I.
Because he had a really rough period to start with, and they stuck with him. And I know, loyalty in football is really hard to come by, and you never knock a manager or anyone getting a better opportunity. Like, look at Adam Murray, he got promoted with Kidderminster in National League North. Literally the day after they just won the playoffs, he's got the Barrow job in the same league. Yeah, because it's a bigger opportunity for him. So you never knock that. It's just football. Like, for people to move on, like players move on, managers move on, people do move on. But I think for him, he's got it so sewn up there, he don't need to leave. Do you know what I mean?
I think you're right. And he's been there as a player. Was he captain there as well, I think, potentially?
He's around the corner, doesn't he? And he's also got his coaching business, and like it suits him. It's right for him, and fair play. Like, sometimes some managers find their clubs. Who's to say he can't be Three Bridges version of Gary Wilson, of an Eastbourne Borough, taking them through the leagues? He could be that.
Well, that's the target now, surely. But congratulations to Three Bridges.
Yeah, well done.
Absolutely there. Fully deserved on the night as well, I thought.
Yeah.
You know, I really did. And yeah, but before we get into a little bit more controversial stuff, okay? No, actually, let's just jump straight into it.
What's that?
Let's jump into something that's caused a bit of a stir.
Don't agree with him.
Right, I'll let you have. I'm just going to see my beautiful wife because she's come back from work. I'll let you start fighting between yourselves.
As professional as always, Mike.
You know me, mate. And me first.
I mean, I think like you, Bill, you agree as well. I think you said before that reprieves shouldn't happen in the leagues. If you've played awful all season, you're in that relegation zone, you get relegated, there's a reason you've been relegated, because one, your team's no good, and two, can be that sometimes the manager's no good. Yeah. And we've seen this week, and it's not anything to be hush-hush about, Lancing got a reprieve and went in, put a big post up and celebrated they got a reprieve and they're staying up. And it's like, but hang on a minute. You weren't good enough this season. So what makes you think you're going to be good enough next season to stay up?
Yeah, I look, I've got two sides to this, right? So I don't like reprieves, and I've not made any, and I want to kind of jump in this because the only people they've had I've had a few people ask like why I believe that, or is awarding teams that go like that are finishing second or third or fourth in leagues lower, promotion, also rewarding failure. We have seen teams finish fourth in the league and be promoted due to teams not having ground grading above them. For example, the documentary that you did last year, Mike, with Ringmer and Westfield. Both teams did not win their league that year.
Yep.
And Ringmer finished fourth and got promoted to the division, not through winning, promotion for that. Is that rewarding failure? I don't know. That's a great argument. So when you kind of talk about reprieves or promoting teams, right? My thing with reprieves I just think I don't like the fact of teams, like you say, getting absolutely walloped all season and staying up. For example, a cop form. Yeah. So there's a little bit more angles to this, and I want to kind of, because a tweet is a tweet, and I think people get hung up on the tweet. there's more to it. Copthorne got absolutely battered last season, got reprieved, stayed up, got absolutely battered this season, and now they're gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
What did that reprieve achieve?
Nothing.
However, there's
No,
times.
in that case, absolutely nothing. If anything, it was probably detrimental.
Yeah. However, flip it. Lancing have a torrid scenario behind the scenes that's been escalating for 18 months prior. Yeah. Finishing fourth is less of a fan. Yeah, I agree with that. I totally agree with that. Let's just say Lancing, for example, they have a torrid situation behind the scenes, which 3 managers couldn't put right on the pitch. There's lots of issues financially, and it's been built up. There's no gates, promises to deliver certain things early in that season that the FA Cup money never came in, like because they didn't progress in the FA Cup. All these elements that put them in the red. Okay. Martin Gander goes in, does what he does tremendously well with the committee there, and they build themselves from red to black at the expense of their first manager, Dean Cox, and his assistant walking out when they did, because they obviously couldn't see a future there, whether that's because they didn't have a budget, didn't think they could keep them up, didn't think they could be competitive. Who knows? All we know
Ironically, I interviewed them and they left 2 days later.
And then they left, yeah. The curse of Mike.
Rhino and Cox.
Yeah. So that didn't work. And then Dale Hurley comes in, who I've many times said I've got a lot of time for his youth teams that he's built, Lewis, White, wherever, right? Horsham. He had a 16s there. That were very good.
He was one of the names on the app, by the way.
Oh, for the Stenning job?
Yeah.
No, you won't get that. So you look at it and you go, he's gone in, he's tried, it didn't work, they got relegated. How many points did they get relegated? Like how many? And what was the difference, Monty, between them and the team that didn't?
I think one thing we have to make clear before we really pick the fat out of this, yeah. There is absolutely fuck all collusion that Lancing got to stay up because the Sussex FA is there.
Yeah.
Are they meant? By the way,
I mean, the people that actually said that, right? Have a day off, lads.
Yeah. I saw that, and it's like,
come on.
They rent to the Sussex FA. They are tenants to the Sussex FA. They have to pay them rent. If they do not pay their bills, Sussex FA will kick them to the curb. So no, they're not going to get.
Look, I understand in a fickle social media world where a team gets a reprieve and next door to them are the offices for the Sussex FA, right? Okay. People are going to ask it, lads, that was never... From someone that probably doesn't know, or the casual fan, and sees that, you'd be forgiven to be thinking, oh, that looks a bit fishy, doesn't it? But they got some unfair criticism this week, Lancing, about that. And and Billy got some as well.
No, but I got sticking the wrong way. So like my whole thing on feeling like I don't like reprieves is just because I don't like the idea of teams feeling, oh, we've been relegated, or we've done. Teams are like, yeah, we've stayed up, and then they just see the team that they fought tooth and nail with stay up. That's the bit I don't like, right? I don't like that. Yeah. What's he on about?
It's what we just spoke about.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, that's the bit I don't like.
He's just got back from Benidorm. Anyway.
Yeah. So when I get like messages going up the Lancing, it's not about Lancing. I couldn't give with all due respect, I couldn't give a flying fuck who got reprieved. I just don't like reprieves. That's it.
How many got a reprieve, by the way?
It was quite a few this year. For example,
Littlehampton.
They didn't deserve it either.
No.
I people saying I'm going to Lancing because I'm like, I don't agree with the Littlehampton one. And it's no knock on Littlehampton.
I don't think Mitch does either.
I reckon he fancied having a crack at.
He wouldn't be back down.
Guernsey, YM,
Yeah.
Peacehaven, all that this year.
And like,
East Grinstead.
but I get why it happened. And like Martin said, like he tweeted me, he said, like, if this happened to Uckfield, who I'm not at the moment,
That's it.
Like, would you be happy if they got reprieved? Yeah, I would take it. Course, it's called advantage, isn't it? But at the same time, at the same time, you kind of, when you get relegated, you kind of then got to start making your plans for next season. Now what it does is it gives Dow a real chance. And I said this, I tweeted this, and this is
I hope he does. I really do.
I think Lance will have a good year.
I like Dale. I think he's a quality coach. Now he's got the whole year to do it. And what you said,
I think they have money. I think they have money to spend. I think they have a shot at it. I think he'll be able to bring players in. There's one player who's already said who was looking for another club. And they're saying to me he's going to go Lancing, right? And he messaged me saying, "Have you got a job at Step 5, mate? Because if you have, I'll be there." He's now going to be at Lancing next year. I think that's going to happen. That's going to happen. So I think they're going to be a top. I think they'll be definitely a top 10 side.
Yeah, I definitely think they'll be.
And I think they might have an outside shot for the playoffs.
I think top 10 would be good for them. But there's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of teams, good teams, in that league this coming season.
They won't struggle though. Mike and Lee, like Monty, they won't struggle. I'm telling you.
I don't think they struggle, but there'll be a lot of teams that are a little bit better than them.
No, I also believe that Dow will have a team. If he's got a few men around it and they can bop it and they can play, he'll have one of the best ball playing sides in the league next year. That's my opinion. Okay. They have one of the best ball playing sides. Now, whether he's got to have a few older heads around it, like and not just like the ones that buy into him as well, buy into what he is, not just coming in for a bit of dough. And I think they'll be all right. I really do, and I expect him to do well there. I really, really do.
Well, I hope he does, because I have a lot of love for that club. I really have. You know.
Well, also go on, Mike. Finish.
You know, and whatever happens, they still get the crowds coming through the door.
Well, I had one person tweet me saying, "You failed at every job you've been at." I was like,
"Oh, I saw that." I was like,
"What? Because I failed at Lancing."
That was a Lancing player, wasn't it?
Mate, I've never ever said. I think if I've ever said, he's never ever said a word to me. So, like, tweet, come up and have a chat, have a beer. If you've got an opinion, have an opinion, but don't. And this is what I mean. If you want to tweet that you don't agree with reprieves, and there's been some really good ones that I've quote tweeted and talked about, said, love this, think this is a great idea, great other look at it. You know, being devil's advocate, think that makes total sense. But just coming at any of us and just going, "You're shit."
It doesn't mean anything.
You're just gonna get fuck off, you wanker.
Yeah, exactly, exactly that.
So, I never get abuse.
Yeah, bollocks.
You do, mate. Lance, Stenning Ultras.
Want you,
all the young'uns go for you.
People don't want the smoke, that's why.
Right.
One thing I was going to say quick. Do you think, and this is, maybe it's a little bit out there, but Haywards Heath, Kev, does he have to win the league this season?
No.
No?
What?
No, I'm just putting it out there because...
Where's that just jump from?
No, it's just a thing I want to say and see what people think.
Talking reprieves.
Yeah, I know. And we've finished reprieves now. But I just want to say...
Does Kev deserve a reprieve?
No, but just say, Haywards Heath, go on. No, just say, Haywards Heath, go on this run of 16 games, 17 games again this coming season, and then fail to not get promoted automatic again. What happens then?
What if they go up in the playoffs, though?
You don't know yet, do you?
No, but no. Well, we do know they're not going up in this one, but
not this one, but on about coming season.
So look, you put it like let's put it like this: What you're saying is, if Kev don't go up, is he going to get the sack?
Yeah. Do you think with the budget and everything that he may have this season compared to season just finished, and he doesn't go up, say again, do you then look at it and go, well, he may go, he may not?
Is has anyone heard anything from that camp?
It's been very silent.
Look, I haven't heard anything negative. I think they're going about their business.
It's
And
literally just a question I was putting out there.
That's right. Yeah, you're allowed to do these things.
Exactly.
Don't worry.
So
not for me. Not for me. But then again,
Okay.
You think if he don't go up 3rd year in a row, he don't get a tic tac?
Yeah.
No.
Or don't deserve the tic tac?
Look, I don't speak for Steve Isherwood, chairman. But I do know him, and I do know Kev, and I think they've got a great relationship.
Yes,
as far as I know. If not, they put it on very well. Okay, so in there, sometimes chairman committees like longer term. I remember Steve saying actually when I went and saw him at their stadium around November time, and they were flying, already flying. And he said, "Look, if we don't go up this year, we'll go up next year." So it's a bit like that. I don't think Steve's one to make a rash decision like that.
That's what I was just laughing at. Paul Fowler's comment.
I would pay money
No,
for
Paul.
Lee Penn and Ash Ridley podcast together.
Right, listen
mate.
to this. Listen to this.
You're in his league, Lee, mate. You and Ash.
He was in my boozer. Did you see that video I sent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was. I was minding my own business with a little cruisy campo, putting the world to rights. And then in the background, like the Grim Reaper over my shoulder, the man who made the word and definition astronomics, Ash Ridley, was there. And I tell you what, I had to sit down. I had to go and get myself a double whiskey because I tell you what, the cruise you couldn't have no. I knocked that back, sat back, listened to some of the next year's budgets.
But I just say, when you sent that video, I was like, who's that?
Right?
Because I've never seen him up close.
There are rumours.
Go on.
Be careful, Bill, what you wish for.
What?
Go on.
I've heard from a very reliable source that you might see Mr. Ridley
Oh, God.
fronting his own podcast based on the inner and outer dealings of non-league football. I mean, look,
he's about to get a job.
let's just hope he's got receipts to back it up, though.
look, I've
Astronomics. I like that.
and I believe. Look, you can quote me on this.
Can I come on that show?
I believe.
I mean it as well. Can I actually be the colour on that show?
I'm struggling to keep you on this show.
Oh.
So you're not going on that
true,
show.
you are.
Do you know what I mean?
You are. I've yeah.
Listen, listen.
Let's put it to a vote. Should I finish? Should I be done? Let's put it.
I don't look.
I don't either.
For people that before we let me just finish about astronomics because Bill's been feeling really down himself this weekend because he hasn't landed his step 3 job. He hasn't landed
step 8.
He hasn't
Step
landed
87 job either.
He's got more. He's had less job offers than Monty, and Monty's only said 2 words in the last 50 minutes. Do you know what I mean? Okay. Monty's got more managerial job offers than Bill's had. So he's now.
By the way, disclaimer that's very untrue, but it's very untrue. But yeah.
Anyway, but let's just go. So look, Bill's been feeling a little bit sorry for himself. Okay, and that. And let me finish about Ash, please. Let me finish about Ash. Right. So he did. He sat down and he told me his potential idea that he's meeting with these financier guys, and they're going to bankroll him for this new podcast. I obviously I had to check the dates of when he's going to do it, what nights, because I didn't want to clash with Ash. You know what I mean? So, but it's coming.
He's coming. He said he's going 8 p.m. on Sunday.
Well, then we're moving to Saturday, mate.
We have to. I'm not having a Sunday night walk.
It crush us. We can't do that. It crush us. We'll be done.
I know. Last week we did nearly 3,000 people watching live. Obviously, but with Astronomics is happening. All right.
Astronomics.
So I'm just going to do one show. By the way, for people that think just because I've got a couple of other ones, I've got something. I have nothing to do with this one.
Oh, okay. I won't be on the.
But I tell you what, I definitely tune in.
We would have to, wouldn't we?
Imagine him with a list.
No. He's already got the budget.
He'd be like, ladies and gentlemen, tonight I'm going to tell you how much Haywards Heath are spending. They are spending £92,083.
But tell me you wouldn't tune in at least once.
Of course.
Yeah, of course you would, mate.
Of course you would.
I would as well. I actually find Ash absolutely hilarious. And also, do you know what? He's not a bad lad. Like, I know, he's not a bad lad.
He's a little bit more intelligent than people might think, right? Because he chucks a rod out there. Yeah?
Oh, he's good at fishing.
Yeah. He don't take himself 100% seriously. So yeah. Anyway, we've gone way.
Right, talk about seriously. Can I? Before I get battered.
Right, let's talk about you not getting your step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6, step 7. Turn down a step 9 job.
Go on then, Bill.
No, I'm gonna be doing St Leonard's social fifths next year. But no, my thing was on this podcast, and sometimes it's a realization factor. You have to look at it and go, this is such a great, and I tweeted about it being such a great thing, and it being it's such a great thing, and like the fact that people have welcomed me a little bit with open arms in the sense of doing this podcast and kind of putting myself out there, because I've always been a confident person. Oh my God, don't do that. It's not stopping. It's not the reason why. This is an ongoing joke that we have with us at the moment. So I look at it and go, with this podcast, we are outspoken. We do know how it is. I was very confident before. I lost my mojo with Lancing and become quite anxious as a human being. I managed to find myself again and do this, and it's been great. It's been great. However, I do argue that sometimes, and this is for people to have an opinion on, there's no denying. And by the way, I have been, as we know, there has been roles that I've been offered, especially throughout the season, that I've turned down. So I don't think it's a hindrance. But my thing is, I was getting a bit of abuse at the weekend again. And I looked at it and thought, I don't want to stay on this pod and become a parody of my own self. That's it. That's the feeling, right? So I have had moments where I thought maybe I'll do a year and I'm done. Because ultimately, whether I'm in the boardroom, dugout, pumping balls, watching my daughter play football, the one thing I don't want to do, because anyone that's worked for me as me being a manager, anyone who's worked for me in my staff, knows how diligent I am with everything and how professional I treat it, including the players that have played for me. They can all attest to the environment that we put together. Or if I'm in a boardroom or an MD or a CEO or whatever, how I make sure the clogs of a football club are ticking in the right direction. And you can see that at the clubs that I've had operational roles in and management roles in. So what I don't want to do is my voice here become a parody of myself. because
I get that. Now,
I ain't just sticking on the podcast. I want to be a real driving force for a football club, and I worry. And I know this is about football, and it shouldn't be about me on here now. But we've talked about it. I worry that this podcast sometimes can become that. You know, I genuinely, thanks, Claire. I appreciate that massively. It means a lot. And I think that's the thing I think about this podcast, because I just don't want us to become parodies of it, because we are outspoken. Because I've always been, by the way, I've been that since I stepped into football. But
you do know that when I was doing the original Dugout Diaries, which you were on, which Monty was on, which Lee was on actually, the original Dugout Diaries series, okay, I was contacted by the FA just after the Joe Ben one, and at the time I was first team assistant to Craig Stewart, Arundel. They basically told me, you're doing that or you're doing this. And I can get why. I could have been tapping up players.
Yeah.
You know, doing that. A bit different with this one.
Yeah.
I can see why, Bill. We're all outspoken. Maybe not so much Monty. Is he on mute again? Sorry, mate.
No, you're not.
But I can see why. And whatever happens. But you are doing that live show.
Oh, I'll be at the live show. Yes, definitely. And I want all the questions. I want all the smoke at that live show. But I just want to make it very clear that
you don't want all the smoke. You're feeling a little bit.
No, fuck that. I want all the smoke. All the smoke.
Billy, you're feeling a little bit precious at the moment. You are.
Do you think?
Because you've had a couple of people on X have a little dig at you, and you've took it to heart, mate.
The trolls are getting me.
Yeah, mate.
You're like a Rolo, mate.
It's hit you for 6.
They're getting me. No, it's just
from
that
the outside,
feeling of like
in the middle.
Like, for example, the roles that I've been offered in the summer, like the jobs that I've been offered, the question we've had, and I've messaged you all saying, can I continue this pod if I'm in a dugout? Haven't I? I've said that. We've had those conversations.
Yeah.
That's a good job. Nobody wants to give you a job at the moment, then, Bill, isn't it?
Well, we know that's not true. But
while he's down.
We know that's untrue. But the one that I was very close to taking, yeah. I appreciate that. It's Crypto Watcher again. All right, by the way, on trolls, I want to talk about trolls because there's a new one and they're an idiot because I've actually located their IP and it matches Crypto Watcher. So you idiot, you've caught yourself again, and I will bring the smoke for you one day, whoever you are. Okay. So
I think I know Crypto Watcher.
We know who they are.
Yeah.
Isn't it a friend of mine?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. I think so.
But we know, like, so it's one of those. So Crypto Watcher died off after mine of your podcast, the Dugout Diary that we did, Mike. But yeah, the thing is there is like
that podcast.
Yeah,
did
numbers, didn't it?
1,500 Spotify downloads in 2 hours, mate.
There you go. But my thing is, like, where's the line? So I love all these documentaries where it shows behind the scenes, and I think they're great. And there's a line there. Where's the line of us on here? For example, when does it become crass if I'm, for example, managing Club A and then talking about other clubs on the podcast? Like, even like me as behind the scenes at our football club, like a Hastings United, when does it come a little bit too much talking about other clubs on the podcast as well? So I have to look at all the avenues. Now, in an ideal world, I do both, right? In an ideal world, because ultimately, I love doing this and I love doing it, but at the same time, I love being involved in football. So that's that. Like, and it seems like a therapy session here, guys. So, like, can we move on? But it's
feeling a little bit pressure.
No, I'm not. Though I'm not. I'm conscious. I'm conscious of it because
I get it, Bill. I get it, and I've told you privately. Understand, all right. However,
if people want to start DMing us for Bill's position, we'll be taking them after the show.
Bill's going nowhere. Bill's going nowhere.
You've got to be a little bit more controversial
I
than
have
me.
just
I'm going to
had
start.
I've just had an important message though, message to me on one of the free bat phones. Actually, we got another one, didn't we? We got another one this week, by the way. This is how busy we're getting.
I'm just letting you know, Mike has all those phones because he collects debts.
Yeah. There's a secret life to Mike.
I have had Jamie Hollis message me. Just caught up with the show.
Oh, I love it.
Jamie, one thing a lot of people say about Jamie, one thing he's always been with me, he's always been straight.
He is a straight shooter.
Straight as an arrow, right? Respect that, because he doesn't have to. He has said to me he did not want the job and did not want to be considered.
There you go. That's what I thought.
Jamie, thank you, my friend. Regards to the family. But he also told me I can't give you any more than that because he himself does not know.
Do you think they've picked the next manager?
Who?
Yeah, maybe.
Already?
Yeah, because they've got to start building for next season, haven't they? So
let's make no mistake about it, right? They did not expect him to leave.
No.
Well, no one did.
You know, look, but probably privately between them two, they would have looked at the schedule for Isthmian thing, with the fact that Mr. Ham has recently become a father, I believe, as well. Congratulations.
No, they wouldn't have thought Mike. They would not have thought he was leaving. No chance.
No.
Unless having conversations for the last couple of months. But that being said, they still got to act swiftly. And like any club that is company manager just has to act swiftly. They can't. You're getting to like
especially when it's a double winner that's going up to Isthmian football.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But yeah. But let's go back to the original point. I understand, Billy.
Thank you, mate.
Yeah, of course we understand, mate.
I did. You know, I was not going to go to Wembley today. I was going to park up at Wood Mansions. Right?
And man,
and I was going to scale the 30-foot high fence. The only problem is I couldn't get past all the Dobermans and the Rottweilers. Security guards there. I was going to let
you into Manor House.
I just wanted to give you a cuddle, I did, mate. I just wanted to give you a cuddle because, you know,
I'm more like guys. I'm all right. I'm just conscious of all of us. Like we all play different roles.
Don't worry about me, mate.
Bonnie is a player. Obviously, Mike, you do what you do. Lee, you do what you do, right? So we all have our roles.
I don't actually do much, mate.
No, but at the same time, look out. Don't get me wrong. This podcast's been brilliant because I actually have been offered a few jobs in the last year. It's been great because actually I can get my point across on this pod. But at the same time, for the right role, if I have to step out of this, I'll step out. It's as simple as that. You know, you guys know that.
And you'd have our blessing. 100%.
We said you would anyway, whatever you do.
And you'd be under so much scrutiny each week.
But I like that. That's
I'm not sure you do, Bill. I'm not sure you do because you've been a little bit touchy this week.
Oh, BA for what? For 30 episodes, I've been fucking.
Anyway, I must say something. Yeah, I must apologise because I felt I stepped out of the line a couple of weeks ago or last week.
I don't fucking say anything.
Yeah, but if Bill goes, you're going to have to, Mon.
You have to start speaking, mate. I'll take
Monty,
you can't get a job.
Monty, you were actually being discussed at my living room table last night at 1 a.m. in the morning with one of my closest pals.
Oh, guess who?
How bored must you have been?
Yeah, no. He asked if you were okay, actually, whether because you don't speak so much. And I said you bring a lot more than that behind the scenes. But anyway, I wanted to apologise. No, I didn't really, but I thought maybe I overstepped the mark last week by announcing Ringmer's new manager before Ringmer. Like to apologise to absolutely nobody, as McGregor would say. Yeah, because look,
what we do.
It was common knowledge, yeah? It is what it is. And if we got it wrong, then we have to hold our hands up. You know what I mean?
But we didn't.
But no, so you know what non-league's about. You hear a rumour, you hear some wild ones, and this show is about it. And when we do get something wrong, we will hold our hand up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
Exactly.
if it was about us, we're
like,
talking about it.
I'll tell you what. I think I know the two where Stan and Dion are going, but I'm not gonna say that. I think everyone knows where they're going to be going. You know,
Can I say?
You know?
Can I say?
Can you say, Bill?
Can I say?
If you want to, mate.
I think they're
I'll
going.
say one and you say one.
I think they're going Bognor.
I think one's going to Midhurst.
Midhurst. Yeah, man. All right, okay. I think
I've heard that.
Jarvis, I think, is going Bognor.
Yeah, I do.
I think
Stan's going Midhurst.
Stan could end up anywhere, mate.
And I think both teams have a fantastic player. So,
Yeah.
So what we've just said, well, we're not giving away teams. We've actually just broke that as well. This is getting accurate.
They can do that on their fucking announcement things. Bill Jarvis is going to Vigo.
If anyone saw the video.
Money. What did you think of that Milo video?
I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. I'll be honest.
So did I. I thought it was great.
I thought it was really good.
For people that don't know, it makes me look like an absolute cunt. Like, let's be honest. But
It doesn't though.
At the same time, I didn't mind it because we approved it. Like, it's not like we didn't know it was going out.
We only approved it, mate. You know, we
watched it before.
We said, yeah, if you're going to do it, we want the logos in it. We want the socials in it. Look, it was done on our terms. And look,
I'm hearing rumour.
Kieran and the boys did a fantastic job.
Rumour.
Can we ask Montgomery?
Oh, hold on. I've got breaking news.
Oh, go on, breaking news.
The Grinstead boys are mopping up the Stenning lads. East Grinstead are trying to raid Stenning.
And funnily enough, right? Guess who I had a little point with in Sussex this week? My old pal Grant Earn, who left East Grinstead.
What do you have to say?
Yeah.
A lot.
What, good, bad, ugly?
Yeah, good. Taking some time away from the game, knows some of the things that went wrong there, you know. So he's got something interesting happening soon, which I'm sure all will be revealed soon. It was good to catch up with him. Monty, can we ask Montgomery? I love that. That is your real name, isn't it?
That is my real name, yes.
Montgomery Watson Price.
Fuck me.
Yes, he is.
MWP.
Yes,
Monty,
I will. And to confirm,
what
I
is
will
it?
be coaching the under-18s at Roffey next season, yes. So I will be staying at Roffey with the under-18s.
Did you just say coaching?
I can confirm I will be coaching the under-18s yet again at Roffey. So to answer that question,
No, that didn't answer the question.
I'm staying at Roffey, aren't I? Because will I be a member of Roffey next season? Yes, there you are.
Okay.
Are you the keeper next season? Or are you the number 2?
I think it's a bit unfair that we do rip on it.
Boys, you lot think I'm on a little bit precious at the moment. That when that call comes from Naz that day, you won't make the pod that weekend. So
I believe that we've got Monty sacked from Roffey.
You two have. You genuinely have. He's
Hang
a
on,
good
Bill.
keeper.
Us 2.
You were in it as
He's
well.
a good guy. He's a good keeper.
Lee, I don't even want him on this podcast anymore. I don't even want him on it. He's becoming too precious, this lad.
He needs time out.
Back. Oh, that's like me leaving a job and coming back to another one. Brilliant. There we go.
Yeah.
Look, there are some things that we do push the line about, yeah. But at the end of the day, right? We're still going to do that.
Yeah, 100%.
I didn't remove Leader as his future wife. Telling him to get.
Mate, he gets so much shit. I'll never forget. Like, I'm gonna pull the curtain back once when he was in bed and she was sitting next to him. It was the weirdest thing I've ever experienced in my life. Just suddenly he's like, she's like, "You got to turn it off now, then." Like, he's just there.
Sorry, I hit a button. I didn't mean to, and it pulled me out.
Don't worry, we've had weirder times. You've been told off by the missus. We know that.
No, she's not here tonight. She's not here. She's at her house.
She's
she's looking after my baby girl and keeping her nice and ready for September. So
love that.
But, right, because we are going to end at 10 this week because me and Sean Dyche have been at Wembley today. Bill's about to go into therapy. Monty's about to speak to 15 different clubs.
No, Monty's looking Monty's searching the free agent showcase thing. See if we get his thing up there as quick as possible.
Is it open to offer?
I hear Shoreham need a keeper.
I tell you what. I hope that guy. He's always about pre-season, and he never seems to find a club.
Who?
Try-list.
Oh, try
it,
mate.
The
whole family.
All the team sheets. Yeah, I've never seen him get a club.
It's a real shame. I've played with him many times. He's really good.
You got a feel for him, haven't you?
Well, he's half decent, mate. Try-list, mate. Especially Try-list. Try-list C is my favourite.
Oh, okay.
Best Try-list of all day.
Yeah, do you remember Gary Goals?
Gary Goals, yeah. I once put a team out 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way down. Tries A, B, C, D, E, F, C.
Monty's just been rejected by Shoreham live.
That's all right, Monty. I'm probably going to get a step 7 job, so ready, son.
I'll go sit on the bench there.
What's that?
I can go sit on the bench for you at step 7.
You can sit on the bench for me, mate. Of course you can.
What was that, Mike?
You get a job before me, Mike. Let's put this real. It ain't a course of me not getting jobs. I ain't fucking left. I ain't. It's for me to walk out the doors of Hastings United. It has to be something
Special.
Yeah, 100%.
Because there's not many managers that got a step 6 record like me, is there?
Or mine ain't bad, by the way.
100%.
One game.
One game.
2 games, lads.
Two games.
Mike. Do you know what my
one bill was against you?
Yeah, but do you know what my league win percentage record was at Upfield? Do you want to know?
Go on, then.
Do you want to know?
Yeah.
Well, 63%.
Nearly 62.5% win ratio.
How did I know that?
You're doing your research.
2.5.
Thank you, Charlesy. I'm coming in as your number
100%. 62.5. What's yours, Monty, for the 18s?
80 odd, I think.
80 odd flying.
80%.
Nothing for me, mate. Nothing. Not been in management.
You, right? So we'll take that.
Did you ask him?
Mate, yeah. I was talking about his Football Manager game.
Oh, mate, Football Manager. Don't get me started. That's 90% win record at the minute.
That's because you cheat and put loads of money in your team.
No, I do not.
I've got to tell you something, right? When I first met Lee, yeah, I knew that he'd done his YouTube stuff, right?
Yeah.
And he knew that I'd played and done a bit of coaching. And then he told me that he'd played. Right?
Yeah, I never any good. I told you that.
No. You told me
play with his will.
Sunday League.
No, it wasn't. No, Lee, it wasn't even Sunday League, mate. It was like 8 of you just get together, stick bibs on, go down there, and they start doing goal.
I used to play Sunday League years ago.
I'm Maringo, Mike, is he?
But
played for the boys at Amarin.
But I did on Trilist Z. But I did. I've said I'll play in a charity game. But I did apply for Brighton Electricity job 2 years ago.
Did you actually?
Yep.
To get in,
and they went with
in the county too.
Yeah, and they went with was it Boxall, whatever his name is?
Oh, Rich. Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah, but I applied for him.
What was your CV?
What did you put on your CV? Like your previous football experience?
Well, Football Manager 98 to 2002. I saw it and applied for it. First time in management. They were looking for a new manager. I went for it. And actually, I used to. I had a couple of coaching sessions with Worthing United.
Yeah, what? The under sevens?
No, when Gary Downey was chairman.
What you took
Big
the
Gaz.
sessions?
Yeah, I helped with the sessions.
When you say you helped, did you put a couple of codes out?
No, I helped with the sessions. As I say, you think I just do YouTube? There's nothing you don't know about me.
Someone get me Sten and Chairman on the phone.
Hey,
I've got
might.
I'll call Jerry now.
You got to remember.
Let's dial him in.
You got to remember. You might take the piss, but you only know me from doing YouTube.
I'm calling Jerry.
You don't know anything before. So,
right now. By
Jerry,
the way, he'd be in bed, wouldn't he?
He will be in bed.
Oh, I was just going to call us up.
Sorry to rip the piss out of you, mate.
But
you applied for a county 2 job.
And they went with Boxall
with absolutely no football experience, right?
Not then.
No. I mean, like everyone.
Hi, my name's
right.
I would love to be the manager. I have got a set of 12 balls, codes, and a tactics board. I'm going to play 4-4-2, and I've been watching YouTube tutorials.
Right, no, I'm sorry, mate, but
I would do a park team.
I know, you know, when you told me about your experience and you told me you needed to play like the 8-a-side and that, you mixed teams and that, you know, like every couple of weeks and that. I didn't know you actually applied for it. Right.
And I would have done a better fucking job.
Did you get a response?
I'm going to get in contact.
Yeah.
With,
you got a response?
Yeah, they wanted. I would have.
Steph, with all due respect, I think Lee would be a better assistant manager than you. So
100 fucking %. 100%.
Wait, by the way, if the chairman reached out to you and said thank you but no thanks, wait.
Is that what he said?
No. But he acknowledged your applicants, and then said,
yeah, and I had phone calls,
and that for me is class. By the way,
well, I had phone calls. Yeah,
phone call with the chairman.
Yep.
How did it go? Tell me through it. I'm interested.
Well, no, they did, but then they wanted to bring another 5. They wanted no. They wanted a coaching team of 6 coaches. 6, and I was like, 6? No. Yeah, they wanted 6 coaches.
And you didn't get one of the 6?
Yeah. No, I said no, because I don't want 6 coaches. You can't run a team with 6 coaches.
Yeah, but how can you possibly? Yeah, please stop calling me.
I'm sorry, Lee.
I'm going to have you.
Lee, I know it looks like we're taking the piss, and well, we are, okay, but I mean that's incredible, mate. I mean, massive balls, huge balls for picking up the phone and going, do you know what? I'm going to be a county manager today.
That's what I feel, isn't it? That's what.
And I think he.
Oh man.
I think he had their best finish in their history of him when he took it, and that was second from bottom. That's their best finish that he had.
All right, maybe they give me a call this summer. Maybe
I'd have done a much fucking better job.
Is that why you targeted that club? Because their best finish was second to bottom, and you thought you had a chance?
No. That's when he took charge. When his season finished and he left, their best ever finish was second from bottom that he got them.
Wait, saying that, they finished 4th from bottom this year.
They did this year, yeah.
Right, big side, big team.
Right, so look, this charity match is going to happen next year, right?
Mm.
I don't know.
Are we announcing it now?
Get League to manage it.
That's what it is.
You
want to announce it?
Do I know about this?
Of course you do.
You're with me.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah,
I had the shirts.
Monty's with Lee. We've chucked Monty over there with Lee.
I'm under the greatest manager in the history of the county too.
And I never managed in it.
We are. Look, we are. There is a
We've
charity
got
game
records
going to
at
be
step
happening.
6, mate. 62.5 win ratio, 100%. You're in trouble.
100%. So that's
Right.
what. You know, I mean, that's averaging out about what 82.5%.
62.5 ain't bad though, is it? Let's be
It's
real.
100%.
That's all right.
It's not bad.
But yeah, look, we won't say anything, but there is going to be a big charity game at the end of the season. Big one, and you know,
Yeah.
I still want to call Jerry and ask if I
might even see Lee on the pitch as well. That would be fucking brilliant.
Wait, Mike, are you going to play as well?
I think we should all play.
Look, I am off to my Cape Verde summer camp, aren't I? Because I reckon I've got one season left in me, mate.
Oh, fucking hell.
Look, if he can apply for fucking jobs at County 2, I've got one season in me, lad. All right. So you pipe down there, mate.
I might get my boots out and have a run out step 90.
Step 90. Well, to be fair, it might be the only chance you're in the dugout this year.
Probably, mate. I wouldn't be surprised. No, no, you mean in the dugout picking up the flag on the line?
On the bench and step. I tell you, no, Bill. It's been my lifelong ambition to work alongside you.
Yes, we'll do it together one game.
So we will be doing it together one game. Anyway, we've digressed from everywhere.
It's been quite a good one tonight, I got to admit.
It's been, I think we can take maybe one more question because we want to end at 10.
Any questions? Any jobs?
I don't think there is tonight. I think they've had them all.
For any of us, we're all looking. He's looking for fucking. He wants to buy an electricity job. He up there wants to keep his 100% record. Monty needs a goalkeeping position. I'll take anything. Kit man, fucking. I can do groundsman's job. I can look up
you
the
are
ground.
Desperate. You are desperate.
Do anything, lads.
You are. Mitch Jan just sent me that saying up the reprieve. Shout out, Big Mitch. Love him.
All right, send this one back to him. Take a picture of this.
Go on. Right. Any questions? Okay. Well, I have got one, but it sort of comes up quite a bit. Give me 2 dark horses from the Prem and 2 dark horses from Div 1 next season.
Monty, go on, you go first, mate.
Let's unmute him.
Midhurst.
Yes.
Prem.
I'm on it.
And who else in the Prem? I reckon Billingshurst will do decent. They won't be like up in the playoffs, I don't think, but they'll surprise people.
That's the YM chairman. You got your first interview there, mate.
Is that an exclusive? Liam Giles has left.
Oh yeah, what's that all about?
Announce Lee Penn. That'd break the internet because he's coming in with Ash Ridley.
Fucking rude.
Him and Ash Ridley would be unreal.
You do a documentary on that, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
sorry.
One episode.
Right, Mon, who did you say? Who?
So I had Midhurst and Billingshurst for my 2 from the Prem.
That's fair, yeah.
Okay, Div 1.
It's a tricky one because I don't know what like Dial Square and Clanfield are going to be like.
This is interesting, but the Clanfield admin looks like he's up for a bit of banter this year. By the way,
Yeah, he added me the other day and invited down already.
Yeah, I like that. He's in Timbuktu, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's fucking miles away.
Hard, isn't it?
It's really tricky. I mean, I fancy Marlow, Rob O'Toole.
Yeah.
They'll be decent.
But I'm not saying nothing on Marlow because they just clipped the show.
Marlow?
Well, it seems like a lot of people want to go to Marlow when we say.
yeah.
O'Toole, Jesus.
And Hailsham. Yes, Hailsham as well. I like Hailsham. club
Okay.
I nearly signed
What's the
for a couple of
situation
years
with
ago.
3G pitch? If their 3G pitch is in, then yeah. But if they've got to go and like run around everywhere again, I don't know.
Oh, the funding went.
Someone's got to speak about it.
For me, in the Prem, it's going to be your ex-club, your club, Monty, Roffey, and it's going to be Millers. You know, Div 1. I feel Infinity for me. I think Infinity go up this year, whether it's straight up or, well, I think they go up straight up this year. I think there's a lot more to that club than what we see.
Agree.
That I've seen there. And I actually had a message from one of their top people about you yesterday, Billy.
Oh, great. What now?
No, he said his words were, Jody said that finally me and Mr. would agree on something, reprieves.
Oh,
So,
really?
and he was gonna jump in all guns blazing. He was gonna go attacking trolls, and he's not one that wants to. He's not one I want to get on the other side of with sacking. Jody. So yeah, Infinity. Interesting what Worthing United do. Interesting with what's potentially going on behind the scenes at Reigate. I was on the train today with the captain of Arundel, Steve Herbert. He went to Wembley. He lives in my manor. We got on the same train. He knows that they fucked it up last year.
He's a good guy, mate. I had a good chat with him last year. Really good guy.
Yeah. Look, mate. We bumped heads. We've kissed and made up. You know, so it is what it is. Which ironically was on Christmas Day at the Boozer. But they could have finished. They could have gone for a title challenge, and they cocked it up. Again, though, he's worried about the backing behind the scenes. I'm not talking the committee. I'm talking about the land, the pitch, things like that. If they get their nuts sorted out, maybe Arundel. But Infinity for me.
So I'll go Div 1, I'll go Infinity Reigate. And Prem be New Haven and Roffey.
Ash already says New Haven have got a 48 grand budget a week this year.
Oh, well, they're going up.
They're not dark horses then, are they? Right, I'll go Div 1. I think Saltdean United.
Yeah, sorry.
Saltdean. And
yeah.
I'm going to say now, one that none of us mentioned yet, return to senior football. If they went into the Skeffel, I think they would have got absolutely pumped. But coming into the Southern Combination Div 1, I think they'd do all right. Westfield.
Westfield?
Yeah. In Div 1, I think they'd do all right. But I think if they went West, I think that would have worked. Now, if you're going to Prem, I would say, obviously, I have to say him because I've already backed him to win the league this year, and that's Roffey. That's already been like, and I've backed him well early, so I really hope the recruitment is spot on for that. Like, got to keep clean, got to keep a lot of clean sheets next year. So, and then another dark horse, I would say. Don't sleep on Forest Row.
Don't sleep on Forest Row.
That's all I'm going to say.
That is interesting because, yeah, I know why. I do know why. Yeah.
Don't sleep on Forest Row.
Right, lads. It is 10. Pen's in bed. It's been a jovial one today.
Yeah, we had fun, haven't we? We've had fun.
Yeah.
Thank you for looking at. Thank you for giving me the therapy I need.
That's why, mate. That's why we had fun because I've been worried about you. Whilst I was thinking my fourth cruise to Campo today, before I got to the ground, right? I was thinking, how do I
show up?
Help my little mate Bill? How do I make him feel better about himself? Because 2 trolls had a go at him this week. Do you know what I mean? you know, when Bill spills out to thousands of people on this show, obviously.
Oh, that's
And
the
then
thing.
you told me that you'd announce publicly your decision to leave Hastings Women,
Yeah,
which
it's
we've
the right
known has
thing.
been
It's
it was the right thing, and you've left the team in a better place.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, I just want you to be all right, Bill. All right, and
Oh, look, I'm good. I love this community. I genuinely do love this community. I think we're very fortunate to have this community.
I do. I don't
But I
take
don't
it for granted,
want
put it that way.
we all are very serious people with around this podcast and out. Like all of us, we have a laugh on here, we have a joke, we have a bit of fun, we say our opinions, and I don't think it would be fair on anyone on this podcast if that was taken that we're some sort of parody act or we're trying to draw numbers. We aren't. We're just rolling with the dice every week. We give our football opinions, rightly or wrongly. With all due respect, I've been right on all the promotions, all the relegations, apart from potentially Peacehaven. So we can't be too far off. We know what we're talking about. And I don't want that to be underwritten because we might have an opinion on reprieves, or we might have an opinion on Guernsey, or we might have an opinion on, I don't know, what the
I'll tell you what, that Guernsey debate stirred up a lot.
Yeah, massively. And I think it did.
We also come with facts, mate.
Yeah, it did. But do you know what, Mike? I'm gonna have to let's be straight about things, right? We're not here to make enemies. And also, if we ever say anything about any of your clubs, you are always welcome to reach out. And we reach out as well. Like Lockswood, I had a couple about them in there, and I spoke to their manager, right? Got no problems with Ian Matthews. We've had a good chat.
No, not
told him what I think, why I think it, and it's fine. There's going to be people that are going to be like you one week, and when you talk about their team the week after, think you're a cunt, right? Sorry, I shouldn't drop the C-bomb. Our viewing numbers might go down, but they're going to, because when you're talking positively about someone, they're going to think you're good, and when you actually have an opinion that they might not agree with, they might change what they think of you, and that is okay. But my feeling on it is I am serious about football. I'm not a parody, and you guys have seen that for the last year. Mike's serious about football. He's been in the dugout. He's been a player, and he really pushes hard and what he does here. Monty's a player who's playing step 5.
And we do push the line a bit with Monty.
And we push the line with Monty, but look, that shouldn't be disregarded at the end of the day. How many games he's played at step 5 is a fucking credit to him. So, like, we come with credibility.
Top one in Ruffy, isn't it? Top appearance.
6th all time in Ruffy.
6th all time.
So you look at that, 21. Right? Look, we're serious
20.
human beings.
20.
Yeah, we're serious, Mike. We're serious at what we do. We're diligent at what we do. And do you know what? Whatever journey we all have in football, this podcast will have played a part in it. So thank you to everyone watching.
He's not going anywhere anyway at the moment.
Yeah.
Not yet. Not until I announce his big job. I get the scoop. Anyway, guys, thank you ever so much for staying with us, supporting us. You know, it's going to be an interesting one.
Hold on. Breaking news. That's why he's left just a minute ago. Just confirmed by Monty, Watson, Price. This was taken earlier today on his way to Wembley.
Exactly, Ben. In a horse and YM, being announced as manager.
It looks a bit like Liam Giles, actually. Like it does, doesn't he?
He looks nothing like Giles. Not at all. Right, guys. Thank you ever so much, everyone supporting the show. Go and download that In the Dugout app off the App Store. In that little naughty rumor section that is right on the front page, because you lot have been disgusting with that this week. The stuff that comes through, and we do verify stuff as well when it comes on. So, just want to say thank you to everyone. Have a wonderful evening. Wicked numbers again. Wicked. The jungle is massive. So please, thank you to everyone. We will be back next week. I looked over at the wife then, because obviously I'll be in the old Cape Verde. And that, but yeah, we will be back. Adios, Amigos.